Calgary Flames have already made one big trade this week, and NHL Insider Elliotte Friedman has reported that it will most likely be the only one heading into the NHL Trade Deadline. Friedman reveals that 3 Flame stars will not be traded this season, and it looks as though the team is headed towards a full push for the playoffs. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and I just wanted to say a quick thank you for all of the support lately. You guys have been incredible. I love doing this for you, and I'm so happy with the community we are building here. Now let's quickly get into last night's game as we always do. Not exactly the most ideal thing to be talking about first thing here in the video, but the Flames were at home against the Red Wings, and the result did not go our way as Detroit goes home with a 3-1 win over the Flames. It was a funny game. The Flames, honestly, in my opinion, were the better team in this game. Certain players didn't look all that great. I got to be honest, Sharangovich looked absolutely dreadful last night. Can't blame, obviously, the loss all on one player. The Flames weren't able to conjure up quite enough offense. They did hit the iron at least 3 times, which obviously makes a huge difference. But at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. 0 points in that playoff hunt. Dustin Wolf, he does get credited with the loss as well. He made 22 saves on 24 shots. But again, he had a really, really solid game. Made some big saves because the Flames gave up some big chances in this one. It seemed like Detroit had a breakaway every, 5 to 10 minutes or so in this one. But he still has the .917 save percentage in this one, just the 2.11 goals against average, and obviously he didn't give up the last goal since it was an empty netter. The skaters who got on the score sheet for the Flames, Kadri got the big goal that kind of brought the Flames back in this one, cutting the deficit to just 1 goal, but that was all the Flames would get. Weegar and Coronato get the assists as well. Coronato, once again, I thought had a very good game. He's been very, very hot lately. Hopefully he can really just keep that going and be such a consistent producer for this team, but there you go. That was last night's game. But let's get into the main piece of this video and talk about Elliotte Friedman and how he was talking Flames last night, which was very, very interesting to see. So the Saturday headlines on Hockey Night in Canada were this. This was pretty much the main one. So he said, Flames tell teams they are not moving Andersson, Kadri, or Weegar. And we have had trade rumors surrounding those 3 for a long time. This year, I'd say it's more so been a lot of Rasmus Andersson, but pretty much ever since Kadri and Weegar became Flames, they've been involved in the trade rumors after that first season that they were here didn't go to plan. And an interesting note why this is even bigger was because if we continue along this, so this was a tweet here. So Hockey Night in Canada, Saturday headlines. Here's another main one. So the market is showing the price for rentals is a first-round pick. We saw that in the Vancouver and Pittsburgh trade where Marcus Pettersson somehow went for a first-round pick and more. What a crazy trade that was as well. But so if Calgary are telling teams that Andersson, Kadri, and Weegar are not available, that's interesting because these guys are not only rentals, but they still have term as well and are really good players, which means if the Flames were to trade any of them away, it would be at least a first-round pick and probably quite a bit more. No hate to Marcus Pettersson, but he's not as good as any of these 3 players. So the Flames, if they really wanted to at this point, which they're not going to, but if they really wanted to go full rebuild, they could get so much back for each of these guys. We knew that all along, but with how crazy the market is right now, oh my goodness, the Flames, people on Team Tank would be salivating at the thought of what the Flames could get back for some of these guys, especially a guy like Rasmus Andersson, who's still a little bit younger in his prime years and still has another year on his contract and isn't just, a rental player, kind of like what Hanifin was last year in a way. We kind of have a bit of an article to look at here too. It kind of explains a little bit of what's going on here with these 3 players not being on the trade market now, not on the chopping block, really. It comes from Sports Illustrated. So the Calgary Flames have been putting together a surprising season in the 2024-25 and are currently sitting in the Western Conference's second wildcard spot. Backed by rookie sensation Dustin Wolf and led by multiple key faces, the Flames believe they have what it takes to make a deep playoff run. And obviously, making the trade for Frost and Farabee, who both didn't look too bad last night. Didn't wow me in any ways. Frost had some flashes. He also had some turnovers, as Philly fans told us to expect. Farabee didn't look too bad either. But knowing that we traded for them kind of already alluded to the fact that, look, the Flames are going to try and make a full-on push for the playoffs and try to contend for the Stanley Cup this year instead of that first overall pick. So those key faces have been garnering some attention on the trade market, but the Flames are saying they are not open for business. According to Sportsnet's Elliotte Friedman on Saturday headlines, the Flames have told teams there are at least 3 popular names that are not for sale, which in a way is a little bit surprising, for how this team was entering the season. Is it surprising of what we are right now? No, of course not. You would be shocked if any of these guys were traded, but as we've seen, trades can happen like crazy. Where are my basketball fans at? How about that Luka Doncic to the Lakers trade yesterday? That's one of the most insane trades I've ever seen in my entire life in any sports. But either way, it proves that anything could happen. But let's continue the article here. The Flames have told teams that Rasmus Andersson, Nazem Kadri, MacKenzie Weegar are not available, Friedman said. They have told specifically teams that have asked about those players, we're keeping them, we're in the race, and they're important to us. Craig Conroy is not a man who plays his cards close to his chest. His cards are all out there. Everyone can see what's on his mind, what he's dealing with. Last year it was, look, all of these guys are completely available. I want to get rid of them. This year, it's a bit of a different story. Hey, I'm keeping all of these guys. You guys can go kick rocks. We're keeping them, and we are in the race, which is great for him to be so transparent about it. Trade rumors have swirled around those 3 names for some time, but this should put an end to those discussions. Kadri and Weegar are locked into long-term contracts, and there is a growing belief that the Flames will be able to extend Andersson before he becomes a free agent. The 2025-26 season is the final year of Andersson's contract, and Friedman believes there won't be much of an issue in getting him an extension, which again, great news to hear. We would love to extend Rasmus Andersson, arguably our best player, maybe other than Dustin Wolf at this point, but it seems like he really wants to be here. He's made that proven, and I think the Flames are probably right in assuming that they will be able to will be able to sign him, and if they don't, you can always trade him next year in the end of his contract, which is very good to see. The Flames are not only confident in their future, but they are committed to winning this year. A recent trade with the Flyers proved that, as the Flames added 2 former first-round picks. That's just more evidence that the Flames are really going for it this year. Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost found new homes in Calgary, as the Flames hope they can help bolster their lineup for a deep playoff run. The Flames appear to be looking to add to their lineup and don't plan on subtracting key pieces that have been helping them get to this point. Andersson and Weegar are both producing well from the blue line, and Kadri is second on the team in scoring. And quickly going up to first, Jonathan Huberdeau has slowed down a little bit here as we've entered kind of the end of January into February now. It'd be nice if he could get going, but it's true. All these guys are such valuable pieces to this team. The Flames are a team that does not get much offense going, so having good defensemen like Andersson and Weegar that can chip in offensively is obviously very, very important to this team. But let me know what you think. Is it a good thing that the Flames are keeping all 3 of these guys, or do you wish maybe they'd test the market a little more, knowing how valuable each of these guys now are? Let's get into tonight's game as the Flames go back-to-back here. They played, obviously, last night in Calgary, hopped on a plane, and ended up where? Well, they ended up in Seattle as they will face the Kraken tonight at 7 p.m. Calgary time. A quick little one out in Seattle, obviously a very important one for the Flames. They want to keep trying to get points really here. They've taken quite a few losses lately. Obviously, against a team below them in the standings, you really have to be picking up points. The Flames have not been great on back-to-backs, especially when they're on the road, and you can expect Dan Vladar to go in net tonight, despite some news here. Dustin Wolf getting Rookie of the Month for the month of January. So in January, he posted a 7-3 record, a 2.32 goals against average, and a .922 save percentage, which is just incredible. He's also the first Flames player to be named the NHL's Rookie of the Month since Johnny Gaudreau. So it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit there. Extra special accolade to add to Dustin Wolf's cabinet there. Congratulations to him. He's clearly proven it, really making a case for that Calder Trophy overall. A big congratulations to him, but he most likely will not be in net tonight for the back-to-back. Now let's get into the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel, to wrap up this video here. And this was a good comment here from Daryl Sutter's favorite cow. What a username that is. It was just a very interesting point here. So he said, "Hey Marky, now that we know where the salary cap is going, who do you think is going to be the first $20 million a year player?" Which is a very interesting question. It looks as though the salary cap is not only extending majorly, but it's going to do so for quite a few years now. So a big upgrade here. I don't know if we have the first $20 million a year player in the NHL yet. Maybe we do, guys like Bedard or Celebrini. I would kind of assume it's someone who isn't quite in the league yet, who is almost guaranteed to be a star, maybe like a Gavin McKenna or even a Landon Dupont at that point. We'll just have to wait and see. But let me know down in the comments who you think could be the NHL's first 20 mil player. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.